This is Jocko Podcast number 8 with Echo Charles and me, Jocko Willink. Good evening, Echo.
Good evening.
In 1952, a young Marine, Robert A. Gannon, arrived on shore at Incheon, Korea, where he was going to be shipped north to fight. As they gathered to head north, he saw stacks of sea bags, which is like a military duffel bag, and he saw them sitting in the rain. No one had to explain what they were doing there or why. They belonged to Marines that had been killed on the front. He wrote this poem years later about seeing those sea bags piled high. When clouds are gray and lowering and fog obscures the plain, I sometimes think I catch a sight of sea bags in the rain. I know it is a vision too ethereal to last, but it brings a wisp of sadness and a haunting of the past. We had come ashore at Incheon in 1952, an administrative landing, just a unit passing through. We mustered at the railhead, lining up to board a train, when through the stormy darkness, I saw sea bags in the rain. There was no need to question why they were lying there, looking lonely and abandoned in the damp Korean air. Their owners had gone northward and would not return again, from where hells of bitter battle took the lives of fighting men. Now when fog and darkness gather, I rarely can restrain my saddened thoughts of Incheon and sea bags in the rain. So imagine that you're a young Marine who has joined the Marine Corps, and you're fired up and you have the visions of glory and that romantic vision in your mind of what war is going to be like. Mm-hmm. And you get to Korea, and it's an administrative landing, so there's no shooting going on, and now you're on the ground and you're in Korea. Mm. And then you muster to go north and go to the battlefield, go to the front, and you see these sea bags of all these Marines that have been killed in combat. And you can imagine what that does psychologically to guys. And obviously to Robert A. Gannon, it affected him his whole life. And he still thinks about it. And as much of a intense experience as that is, the Marine Corps has been walking past those bags, theoretically walking past those bags for over 200 years. And going forward, going into the fray towards the risk, in many cases, toward death. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of leading in with talking about the Marine Corps tonight, who I have just absolute respect for, the United States Marine Corps. We worked closely with them when we were in Ramadi in 2006, mostly with the 3-8 Marines, which is the 3rd Battalion, 8th Marine Regiment. And they were there for the bulk of the deployment with us. Then they got relieved by the 1-6 Marines, who arrived towards the end of our cruise. But prior to that, my whole career I was working with Marines. Did multiple shipboard deployments with Marines. I did a turnover with the 1st MARSOC company in Baghdad in 2004. So I know Marines well. And like I said, they just have my absolute respect. And as a warrior class, which is what they are, a warrior class of men and women, their professionalism and their commitment, it's impeccable. And because they fought, in all major wars, they know and understand combat very well, and therefore they know and they understand combat leadership very well.